All right, here we go. Hopefully the volume's right. Oh, we got sound. Oh, are they gonna show us more 12 minutes? Oh, I'm down for that. Oh, that game we've seen before, but I can't remember what it's called. Oh, that's Outer Wilds. That was one of those games that I never got around to playing, Outer Wilds, and it got like incredible reviews. That's Solar Ash. That's Stray. I don't know what this block one is. That's Solar Ash. That game looks good. We've seen that one, but I can't remember the name.
Hello everyone, my name is Kelsey, and I'd like to welcome you to the very first Annapurna Interactive Showcase. As we enter our 6th year, we want to thank everyone for the overwhelming amount of support we've received along the way. And because of that, we felt it was time to share what's next directly with you. Today we'll have about 25 minutes of new game announcements, deeper dives on previously announced games, and short profiles on just a few of the developers we are really excited to be working with. We appreciate everyone watching and want to thank our partners from all over the world for making this possible. Now let's get this started.
All right, let's go. Hey, Mirat. Melbourne. Oh, this is the Artful Escape. This game was shown at Microsoft like 2 or 3 years
in
ago.
The shadows of Johnson Vendetti, huh?
It ain't so bad. It's just that I guess folks think they know who I am.
This is like a weird game.
Where I should be going.
Have you considered becoming someone else entirely?
Someone else entirely.
This is like... All right, chat, is everybody taking their drugs this morning?
I've decided to create the most elaborate stage persona the world has ever seen.
Okay. Will you be down for dinner? We're having enchiladas.
The boy you loved may already be gone.
Whoa, freaking out, man.
We're going on a ride across the dilated pupils of the cosmos.
What?
The future.
I told you, chat, bring your drugs.
You have the courage.
You didn't believe me. Really? That's an interesting cast.
Oh, baby, we'll have you
Oh,
back
we
in
have a
time for
release date
breakfast.
now. Where's my notes from E3? Hold on. September something. I'll have to go back and check the tape. Now this one I don't know if I know. Neon
I'm
White.
Ben Esposito. In 2018, I released Donut County, a wholesome game designed for kids and adults alike. After that, I decided that my next game will not be for kids or adults. It'll be a game for freaks.
What?
Neon White is a single-player speedrunning FPS where you can sacrifice your guns for godlike parkour moves. You play as White, a dead assassin plucked from hell. As
What?
a Neon, you have 10 days
Oh,
to
we've
purge
seen this
heaven
game.
of a demonic invasion, but you're not alone.
It looked
Only
cool.
the fastest demon slayer will earn the right to stay in heaven. As you play White's story, you'll have plenty of opportunities to get to know the other Neons.
Yeah,
You
this
could
game.
use a soul card's magic to shoot like a
This
gun,
game is
or you
like
can discard it to use
Mirror's
its special
Edge
movement
mixed with a
ability.
card game.
When to shoot and when to discard is up to you, but if you want to go fast, you're gonna need to discard your
Like
cards.
I've never seen anything
Don't
quite
be
like
afraid
it.
to use them. You can't take cards with
You
you
know,
to the next level.
You know that combination, right?
Here's your handgun. Discard it to use Elevate, which
Maybe
lets you
like a little bit
double
of
jump to
Super
attack
Hot
from
too?
above, or create new shortcuts. Here's your SMG. Discard it to use Stomp. It's self-explanatory. And here we have the shotgun.
Yeah, very unique.
Discard it to launch yourself like a fireball. Now let's put it together. I'll demonstrate a level for you. Neon White is made up of tight, hand-designed levels that are meant to be replayed, with new things to do as you gain XP known as Insight. You can share level times with friends, or if you prove yourself, you can compete on the global Neon leaderboards. I got a silver. You can see I earned some insight, which unlocks a few new features for this level. Not bad, but let's see what it looks like if we play our cards right.
How much faster can we go?
Piece of cake. Nah, I practiced.
See, that's the kind of
Top
game
medals
where
improve your
like the
neon
speedrunning
rank, which
community
unlocks
would
even
just go
more
nuts
missions.
with it.
It also earns more insight, which reveals hints for shortcuts and a hidden collectible in every level. Each one of these gifts is a mini puzzle that requires a clever use of card resources to collect. It's a tattletale toy. I know someone who loves these. Let's go find her. This is the map of Central Heaven. Here you'll get new missions and events where you can spend time with the other characters. Giving gifts you found in your missions will deepen your relationships, which can lead to certain encounters.
Oh, so there's
It's not a traditional dating sim, but
I was
there's
just gonna
lots
say
of
dating
juicy
sim.
content to unlock, like side quests exploring the underworld
a parkour Mirror's Edge
and
card
hidden
game
memories from your past
dating
life,
sim.
which might change how your story ends.
Never been done before.
During the 10 Days of Judgment, you'll find weapons made of human souls, meet angels in the flesh, and if you become the #1 demon slayer, they'll give you an ice cream cone.
What?
Neon White is coming to Nintendo Switch and PC this winter. If you're a freak, put it on your Steam wishlist. On behalf of the team, thank you. We'll see you in heaven.
It's a weird game. Kind of down for it though. Let's go up to Seattle. We're gonna check out Outer Loop. Oh, that's the studio name.
I'm Chandana Kanayaka. I'm the studio head at Outer Loop Games. I'm a designer and artist. We're in my backyard in Bothell, Washington, just north of Seattle, and I run my studio out of my bedroom.
So I'd worked with Eka for several years.
You can tell he's a
previously
professional
on
streamer because he has a
different projects, and
DSLR as
he
his
pitched me
camera.
this game with a bird in it. We prototyped that and pitched it around, and that turned into Outer Loop.
Oh, that's right, Falcon Age.
I grew up in Sri Lanka, which is a former British colony. Falcon Age it's a sci-fi game set in a distant planet, but it's loosely based on anti-colonial sentiment. So for this new game, it's an idea I've had for a couple of years while we were making Falcon Age. I didn't know exactly what the game was going to be, but I knew thematically what we wanted to try to do. And I have a writing partner, Meg, who is in Bangalore. It took us a couple of years to kind of figure out the core idea for the story and the theme. And then we kind of pitch it to the team and see how they like it. Deals closer to some of the themes I wanted to try to tackle next, which is immigrant culture, growing up in the US, gossiping aunties and overbearing parents and family pressure. Really, the game comes together with the whole crew of 15 and bringing their own specialty.
Myself and Eka, we knew each other back in California on my first job, actually, and then eventually ended up starting Outer Loop. Every game I make, there's some aspect of juggling, parkour, martial arts, skateboarding.
We're gonna go skating. This is all Azo, that's what he does, right? So.
One of my main things is I want games to be really accessible and easy. So I've been skateboarding for about 24 years, and I'm terrible at it. The Tony Hawk type of games, it's a break from reality of what actual skateboarding is and more of like the things I actually want to do. You rarely crash in the skateboarding portion because I'm trying to make it as accessible to as many people as possible.
Good job. In my 20 plus years, this has been the most fun team I've ever worked on. We wanted to put something out there that's more reflective of our lived experiences, which we feel like as a game will stand out. Our process has been find a unique theme that's not out there, and then mix it with some more familiar gameplay. And that's what we did with Falcon Age, and that's what we're doing with the new game.
Is Falcon Age even out? I didn't think it was. I'll have to verify that. Don't know if we've seen this one. It's not ringing any bells. Does the game actually have, like, multiple animated styles? Also, that's the video that's doing that, chat. I don't know why. Like, every once in a while, it's like glitches. There was probably an issue with the stream on their end. That game's coming to everything. Definitely like to know more about it. Spinning the globe, we're going over to Canada.
Hi, my name is Jessica Mack. I'm a solo game dev from Toronto, Canada. This is my cat. My parents, they started a computer store. This is like in the early 80s. And back then, most people didn't have computers in their homes, but we did. And I guess as a side effect of that, I was also interested in how computers work. I would always tinker with them. And I met a friend who gave me my first compiler. It just seemed like magic. Like, how did you even make not even a video game, but like a program? I started off working alone because there was nobody else. My first game was solo. And then the second game, I collaborated with a musician. Then I took some time to like actually sit down and write songs and produce them properly. The music in this game, I just feel more confident about. The analogy I think of is, let's say you're writing this song and you're like, we need someone to go off on the guitar at this point, guitar solo.
I kind of wish
time.
that I
You can't
would
tell
learn an
someone
instrument.
how to do that.
I'd probably go
You just
piano.
have to have the instrument in your hand and you have to feel it and you have to be like one with it and let it rip. It's the same way with video games.
I just want to learn the piano so I can just play video game music.
The compiler is my instrument. I find I work strongest when I work in here, when it's just subconscious. You're just flowing in it, and you're making 100 decisions a second. And then by the time you come out of it, it's like, it almost feels like you're waking up. With music, you can write a song that's 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and so much happens in it. Every 8 bars, it's like, it's something new, something new, something new. That's sort of the density that I want to put in this game. Music that can move you on such a visceral level is super interesting to me. And so all my games are music focused. The music
A lot of flashing
for
lights.
me is very much as important.
Look at the size
as
of them
game part of
speakers
it itself.
on the side of that computer.
This time with this game, it is an adventure game, but it's action, but there's like this musical component to it. When people play it, they won't know what to expect. I want to make an engaging experience, but not an addictive experience.
You want me to sing? I can do country music. The story of tragedy. Huh, it's kind of interesting. Again, I can't say I've seen anything like this before. It's literally like a storyboard builder game of some type. Huh. Well, the crocodile guy died. Or no, wait, that was a suit. Storyteller. I'll write that one down. Oh, there's a demo out. Well, okay. I always like new and interesting things we've never seen before, and that game definitely qualifies. Here comes Solar Ash. We've seen this one a bunch. This game looks good. It's from the makers of a Hyper Light Drifter, I think. I forget if this game has a release date. Yeah, whenever you see me do like E3 coverage, I have like pages of notes on like all the games that we see. That's always why I'm like, we've seen this game before. We saw it 2 years ago at like, you know, PAX or whatever. It's like, I have like a steel trap for that kind of stuff. Oh, we have a, okay, that's October 20th. I think that's new. We didn't have a date for that, I don't think. October 26th. Ivy Road, Vancouver.
What's the one with the, where you have to guess who the little cartoon people are?
Stratego.
Is that it?
No.
Y'all want some tea?
Well, hi there.
Hello.
My name is Davey Reedon. I was the creator of the Stanley Parable and the Beginner's Guide.
I'm Carl Zamanja. I was co-creator of Gone Home and Tacoma.
And we started a studio.
It's true.
It's called Ivy Road.
Interesting.
We're working together.
We're making a video game.
We're working with Annapurna to make a totally unannounced game that we can't talk about yet.
We are very, very lucky to get to be joined by our good friend Daniel Rosenfeld, aka C418, the musician from Minecraft. And speaking of, Daniel is actually composing the music that you're hearing right now at this very moment. Let's go to him. Hey there. Oh, hey, no. Sorry, I didn't. No. I don't want to. You're good. You're good. I'm just for the people. Just saying. You know. Hey. So,
Can we give him a treat?
No. Don't feed him. That's all right. We'll leave him alone. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
Ow. Who needed this tea? We are both super excited about Ivy Road and about the thing that we are working on together that we can't talk about. All we can really talk about is each other right now, and
That's
so
true,
I wrote
You know,
a couple
I'll tell you
questions
guys,
to ask you to
it seems like over the last 8 months, we've seen so many new studios pop up.
And about sort of our studio culture and what that's like. So, question number 1, if you really are a true gamer, name 10,000 games.
Oh man. Well, I mean, honestly, there's like Final Fantasy 1 through 10,000.
Okay, actually, that's...
There's not that many Final Fantasies, that's cheating.
A bus leaves Atlanta at 10:30 a.m.,
Okay.
traveling west at 55 miles an hour.
Okay.
Why?
You don't want to leave Atlanta?
Last question for you here. Why do kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
You know, I understand that child psychologists have been debating this for like
Excellent question.
decades. You know, there's 2 schools of thought on this.
Well, that's all the time we have today. Thank you very much for joining us for this discussion of the studio values of Ivy Road and the things
that's
that
how
we
I
care
make
about.
tea.
Let's cut to Daniel.
Let's cut to Daniel. Cheers.
Can the dog play?
Tea.
Tea.
Oh, it's gonna be interesting to see what those guys are working on. They like name dropped a lot of like big stuff.
So you've decided to be an insurance commando. Pirates are kidnapping cats from our ships. Luckily, the cats bought our deluxe insurance package. Your mission? Eradicate the pirates by any means necessary. Protocol 127.1. No bullets, no problem.
Throw the gun.
Protocol 832. Being smelly and what to do about it. Oh no, you're making smell clouds.
What? I don't know about this one, chat.
You're so dirty. A space pirate smelled you.
What?
Wash your whole body. Beware of blades. Protocol 999. Waste not, want not. Skin Deep. Wish list now on Steam.
That's a weird name for that game. I feel like the two don't match.
If you screw up, it's not the end.
Okay then. There's that. Ah, the Pathless, yeah. Another one we've seen quite a bit. Did we have a date for this? I don't know if we did. November 16th? That game's got potential. This game's already out. Why are we... Oh, they're putting it on the Apple Store? Okay. This game is really good, from what I've heard. I have not played it, but I think it's got really good reviews. Are we running a lighthouse, or are we running a town? What are we doing here? Again, the name and the gameplay don't mix there.
How do you do it?
Is this a FMV game? I'm assuming that's what that is. Okay. Ah, Stray. Here we go, chat.
Hello everyone, my name is Swan, producer at Blue 12
So this was
Studio,
shown at Sony.
and today I'm going to show you more about Stray.
The initial look at this game, it looked really, really interesting. So let's see what they got. You play as a cat, aka the name Stray.
In Stray, you play as a cat who has fallen inside the mysterious and forgotten city. Separated from his family and injured, he will have to explore and survive in this unwelcoming environment. From the cat's unique point of view, players must navigate their way through the dangers of this unfriendly place, and use the cat's skills to solve puzzles and uncover mysteries along the way.
serious ray tracing happening. Oh god, it's a robot.
Along his journey, the cat will meet a small drone named B12. Using the drone's ability to interact with objects in the world and communicate with the strange inhabitants of this secluded place, together they will work to learn more about the secrets of this forgotten community of human-like machines.
You must be able to customize the look of your cat. Like a character creator, but cat. Because they've shown us different looking cats. Where's all the humans at? Is this when Skynet took over? This is like 100 years later when all the machines have like...
Of course, the cat will always be a cat, and his adventures will be filled with friendly and playful interactions with his new world. But these machines are not the only inhabitants of the city, and some encounters will not be as friendly or safe. Running fast, jumping, and using stealth to avoid dangers will all be vital if you want to escape this city and be reunited with family.
What are those? Oh, they like stick on you.
Unless you find a way to defend yourself, and the prey might become the hunter.
Oh, nice.
Stray is coming to PS4, PS5, as well as PC in early 2022, and we can't wait to show you more.
PC, I don't know if that was confirmed before. Yeah, that game looks cool. It seems like whenever a developer does a game like, oh, you play as an animal or whatever, it's always like cartoony and silly and that sort of thing. And that game is not that. Visually, it looks very cool.
It's funny, No Code's, I think we've kind of got the name of being a horror game dev, and for every game we've made, we've never set out to make a horror game. We've set out to make thrillers or atmospheric sci-fi.
Sounds like you making that noise.
We release it and everyone's like, that was terrifying. We're like, was it?
We've pretty much known each other since the third year of primary school. I'd be round at John and Graham's house, or they'd be round at mine.
You kind of think back and you go, oh yeah, I was never really a big horror fan, and then you think, actually, that's all we watched. I think maybe Graham or Omar got the Aliens director's cut, and so just every Thursday for about a year after school, it went on.
We were always very close, playing in bands together. I think there always has been that sort of creative drive to sort of work on a project between us all, and so this, in many ways, feels very natural.
I always knew if I was going to start something, I'd probably do it with Omar or Graham, or both.
Making games as a job, I wouldn't have believed my older self we'd be doing this and working on the projects that we've worked on so far.
Personally, for me, No Code, it's
Oh,
not because I'm working
Observation,
here, but
okay.
they are one of the most exciting studios in Scotland by
That game
far,
came out
and I've
either
always
last year or 2 years
had it in
ago.
the back of my head that if I was ever going to jump
Got pretty good
ship,
reviews.
it would be to join them. It's incredibly encouraging to see where we could go, both as a company company, but I think what we could do for the city of Glasgow as well.
So we're working on a new project. You know, this project's kind of like our biggest project to date, and obviously we've scaled the team up. We've doubled in size.
It's something that I didn't think we'd really get a chance to work on. You know, like something we'd be able to do in our career. It's one of these opportunities that come up, and you just you have to move along with it. You know, we're taking what we do and what we love and trying to push it to the next stage with a bigger budget and a little bit more time.
They're
We never
using
really
Blue
set out to
Yeti
make a horror
microphones.
game,
They're
but we've kind
terrible.
of ended up in that. Whereas this game, we are setting out to make a horror game. I don't think anyone's expecting what we're going to do next, which makes it even more exciting.
Yeah, good for them. Back over to Outer Wilds.
Hey folks, Alex from Mobius here. Just wanted to give you a brief update on what we've been up to behind the Veil of Shadows. First off, Mobius and Unity have partnered together and are working hard to bring Outer Wilds to the Nintendo Switch. We look forward to having it in your hands this holiday season. We are also very excited to officially announce that we're making an expansion for Outer Wilds, and it's going to weave directly into the existing world and narrative. Now, if you've played the game, you might be wondering, how? And also why? And those are very good questions. Okay, without further ado, we hope you enjoy this willfully cryptic trailer for Outer Wilds' first and only expansion.
Yeah, this is one of these games where if I ever could find the time, I would play it. Because it won some Game of the Year awards. The other really confusing thing is the year that this came out was the same year that the Outer Worlds came out. So you literally had two games, the Outer Worlds and the Outer Wilds. And people were getting them confused like constantly. It's like, no, the Outer Worlds, that's the one by Obsidian. The Outer Wilds is this one. The Death Star just showed up. They're making a Star Wars expansion for the Outer Wilds. Oh, Echoes of the Eye. September 28th. Boom.
Thank you so much for watching our first showcase.
That's it?
We hope you enjoyed this sneak peek into the world of Annapurna Interactive. Until next time.
All right, cool. That was just a nice little showcase. We got some release dates that we hadn't
Cheers.
hadn't gotten previously. All right, let me flip screens here super quick. And let me do that, and then we're just gonna like briefly just kind of roll through this as I'm just talking here. So yeah, the Artful Escape was the first one that they showed, which is this game. Like I said, this was shown at Microsoft several years ago, and then it basically went silent. We hadn't really seen anything since. But this game is just like trippy. Don't even really know what kind of game it is, because it seems like every time they show it, it's just like, boom. Like, what am I watching? It's all over the place. It's like this dude, like, with his guitar, and he's, like, bouncing around and stuff, and I don't know what is happening. It's like, what is happening? I don't know. It looks interesting, though. So I guess we'll see what actually comes of that. We got a release date of September 9th on that, so that's pretty cool. After that, they showed this game. I think I first saw this game during the Guerrilla Collective a couple months ago. This is Neon White. But yeah, it's a Mirror's Edge parkour-style card runner with a dating sim mechanic. It's a very unusual combination. And like I said, I can see like a little bit of Super Hot in this as well, for anybody who's played that game. But yeah, maybe it'll be good. It's really hard to say when you combine all these like weird different combinations. Clearly they're trying to do something different. That's cool. After that, they showed a bunch of other stuff. The next one that we key in on is... Where is it at? Ah, here we go. This game. The Storyteller. So it's like a storyboard, like, storytelling game. Actually, they said that there was a demo for this. Maybe we should, like, try that demo at some point in the next couple days. Just to fiddle with it. Might be fun. But I wonder just, like, what is the end game for, like, this? Is it to complete the story? You know, it's like, I have a lot of questions, and I don't know how many questions we can actually get answered in that demo, but it's got potential. After that, we had a Solar Ash, which, again, we have seen many a times at this point. There's several indie games out that are kind of like this, and you almost think of something like Journey, but it's kind of like, oh, I skipped over the whole trailer there. Let's back up. But yeah, it's like these heavy environmental, like, exploring, fast-moving games. Very interesting design. Like puzzle elements. Not really like a combat style game. It's more of a movement exploration type. And you have things attacking you. But it's not like you have a weapon or something like that, so. But yeah, I know a lot of people are very excited for that game, so we will see what becomes of that. After that, we had... Let's see if I can find the right one here. Not that one. Ah, this one. Here we go. We have Pathless. Again, we have seen this one multiple times at... Oop, did I just skip over the trailer? I guess they didn't really show this one for very long. But we did get a release date of November 16th, and I don't know if that was actually something that we had known. And actually, this one, even though this one does have combat, again, you can kind of see some similarities between this and something like Solar Ash. Again, it's like world running, and there's bosses, and exploration, and that sort of thing. Just kind of like with a different art style. But again, I know people are very excited about that one. And then the last big one that they showed off was Stray. And I think this game looks really cool. Not very many games out there that have the, like, sort of realistic art style and more of a serious tone where you're actually playing as an animal. But yeah, I'm very curious to see the cat customization. And actually, this is the first trailer that really, like, showed off, like, the robots, and there was, like, things strapped to the cat, and you get, like, a little buddy. As far as I know, that's all new as of this trailer. The trailer that they showed at Sony showed the cat and showed, like, oh, there's, like, robots in this world or whatever, but it didn't show, like, oh, I have, like, this PDA strapped to my back, and eventually he gets, like, a flashlight and, like, a laser thing, and... yeah, very, very interesting. It's an interesting world, too. I mean, you would think something like this, it'd be like, oh, it's a cat with humans, and the cat's trying to do things or whatever. But it's like, what happened to this world where it's like, it's all robots and stuff now? You have, like, a living creature in a cat, and then everything you run across is not living, technically. And yet, there's, like, a soda machine and stuff. Do the robots drink soda? Or energy drinks? It's like, I have a lot of questions. And that robot's wearing, like, a Hawaiian shirt. Did the humans turn into robots? Again, so many questions. But, yeah, there you go, chat. That was the Annapurna showcase. Just a very nice little showcase. Any final thoughts from Anybody in chat?
And some encounters will not be as friendly or safe.
I don't know what these sticky bugs are. They're so
Running
weird
fast,
looking.
Jumping and using
They're almost like
stealth to avoid
giant
dangers
mites or
will all be
something.
vital
But
if
their
you want to
eyes are
escape
glowing,
the
so are they
city and
robots?
be reunited with family.
And they were also attacking the other robots. So are they like trying to consume like? But they got like stuck to the cat, and the cat like did this, and they like jumped off. You know what? When I saw this robot, the first thing I thought was Doc Brown. I mean, legit. I think they're like trying to do a Doc Brown, like with the lab coat and the crazy hair. Oh, it's even called Doc. That's exactly what they're doing.
Unless you find a way to defend yourself, and the prey might become
That's
the hunter.
exactly what they're doing. Yeah, these little creatures are so weird. And then here he's gonna like, it's almost like turning on like a UV lamp or whatever for like vampires. And then they just like disintegrate.
Stray is coming to PS4, PS5, as well as PC in early 2022, and we can't wait
That
to
robot
show you more.
plays a guitar. Very, very cool stuff. I definitely am looking forward to some of those games. Well, for those who are watching on YouTube, thanks for watching the press conference with us, and we'll see you guys next time. So, see you later. Bye.